Hey guys, how you doing today? It is the last day of January and it is a very overcast Friday afternoon. I got up this morning and did some paperwork, got receipts and stuff all lined up and started pairing them up with my visa bills and making sure that's all organized. That's kind of what I did this morning. Of course, I had my 2 cups of coffee, and at lunchtime I had my eggs and butter. Now I'm headed to Alcona to go to the post office to get some stuff done, and then I'm going to go to Canadian Tire because I need to renew my fishing license. In Ontario, we have a fishing license, and if you're between the ages of blank and blank, you have to have one. I think if you're under the age of 12 or 16, I can't remember, you don't need a fishing license. There's all these rules and stuff, but I bought mine, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, and it's past due now. I haven't needed it to go fishing yet. I think it expired in the fall, but I haven't fished since, so I haven't had time to. I didn't need to go and renew my license. But today's the day because I'm going to be going to Florida, and I possibly might be fishing there. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to have time to fish because I'm going to be helping Carl videotape for his television show, and it is possible I might have a couple minutes here and there to drop in a line, and that would be fun, but I need to have my license. So yesterday was my mom's birthday, so Carol and I went out to visit my mom for lunch, and I think it was her neighbor, my mom, Carol, myself, and then my mom's neighbor also invited my aunt and uncle, my mom's sister, and brother-in-law. So there were 6 of us, and we had a really good lunch in Georgetown, and then we went back to my mom's house and I had a cup of coffee, and we just kind of sat and talked for a bit, and then all of a sudden I got a text from my sister saying, hey, if you're still going to be around at 6, I want to take mom out to dinner at Kelsey's. And I'm like, you talked me into it. So yesterday we ate at 2 restaurants, and yeah, so what did I have for dinner? Oh, I had a steak with broccoli and some fries. At lunch I had the steak sandwich on, I always forget the name of that special bun. It's rectangular ciabatta bun maybe, and it was nice and crunchy and toasted, and the steak was pretty good, and I had fries with that too. So wasn't doing too well on the fry front, but the first place we were at, the fries were phenomenal. And yeah, I need to go back there and do a video for you guys because I think it's somewhat of a new restaurant, and it'd be kind of good to plug them because they were good. Anyway, so we are now here in Alcona. What are we doing tomorrow? Something's happening on Saturday. Now we're going back to my mom's place for the whole family to celebrate my mom's birthday. So everybody will be there. Thursday was just going to be Carol and I and taking my mom out to lunch, but my mom's neighbor had already invited her to go out to lunch. So I said, well, we'll team up with you guys, and she said, sure, no problem. And then the neighbor invited my aunt and uncle on top of that. So there's 3 celebrations for my mom's birthday, which is totally fine and cool. Another thing too, you might notice a different quality, possibly, maybe a different kind of a camera angle there. Somebody asked in a previous video, Ken, what happened to your 360 Go 3 camera? And it's the camera where the whole front part comes, it looks like a GoPro, but the lens of the GoPro and a little piece of it come right off. And you can stick it to, because it has a magnet in it, you can stick to anything metal. I've used it a few times, but when I got it, I tried it at the cottage, and the low light capabilities of this camera is awful. So as soon as I saw the quality of it, I'm like, oh, I really don't want to use this camera because I do a lot of low light type situations. This is low light, and so I'll be interested to know what you guys think. I'm shooting 4K, 30 frames a second, and then they have like probably 5 different camera angles, and I think I have it on D-warp which means it's a wide angle lens, but the software tries to make it look like it's not a wide angle lens. And so instead of having a kind of a fisheye look to it, it kind of tries to flatten it out like a 50mm lens, and you have no distortion on the edges. You know, GoPro super wide angle, you get those curves. Anybody near the end of the camera is kind of like skewed and looks kind of funny. So let me know what you guys think of the quality of this. I would love to incorporate this camera into a few more situations, because again, the camera's tiny that's attached to the larger GoPro chunk. Anyway, let's get to the, I guess the Shoppers Drug Mart, and they have, I just need more stamps. And Shopper seems to have more choices of stamps over the post office, which you'd think they'd have more, but I guess this is an actual post office as well, and for whatever reason they have more. So let's get that done, and then we'll go up to Canadian Tire and get our fishing license renewed. Just to remind you, that's what the this is the little part of the camera, and that just snaps into that, and then it also has a flip out screen. So if we can utilize this camera more, I'm totally game. But again, I didn't really like the quality of it when I was using it at the cottage. All right, let's get going. We'll use this thing for the next little bit and see how well it does. Hello.
Hi.
How are you? All right. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you.
Excellent. I need 2 US stamps, please. Thank you. Postcards all mailed. Now we're headed to Canadian Tire to renew my fishing license. Check out that snow. You've got all these other ones way over here. Yeah, lots of snow fell the last few days. Did a good job. Hi, renewing a fishing license. Do I go here?
Yes, she'll do it for you.
Okay. Hello.
And how are you?
All right, how are you doing?
Okay. You're just renewing your fishing license?
Yes, please.
Your birthday's 3 days after mine.
Oh,
same
nice.
Same year, same everything.
Taurus. Will they mail me a new card, or?
Yeah, they're going to mail you a new card.
Okay.
You're going to get this. I'm actually going to email them to you too as well. And
I might be
yeah.
fishing next week, so.
Yeah, just take a picture of this with your phone, or if you're on your phone, if you can get to your email, just make sure it's in your email.
Got it.
But yeah, because they're pretty sticky.
Got it. Okay, I got my license. I can go fishing. Might be doing some ice fishing coming up soon. Hope you're liking the angles on that. I'm not too thrilled about this layout. I'm gonna shut this off for a second. Try something. Just trying one of the other settings just to see if it didn't do it as wide, because that's really wide. With the other camera, you don't usually get to see out this window too much. But butt warmer on, steering wheel warmer on, drive. Carol asked me to stop by a country store here and buy some more bone broth, so I'm gonna zip over there while I'm in this area, and then we'll head home. Put this video together for you guys so you have something to watch on the last day of January. Well, that's where I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see this, but that's where I parked, right where that snow mound is. That's where I did my first stealth camp with the with R2. All right, let's get going. Hello. This stuff. Well, what do you guys think of the camera? I don't think I tested it possibly as much. I can't wait to see the footage. My favorite thing about it is just using that little tiny camera, and as you could see, there are certain situations where I could just like magnetize it to anything. Like when I was like getting my wallet out or whatever, I just stuck it to, it was display case, and it was a metal display case, and I just snapped it to that, did what I did, pulled the camera off. When I was in the post office, I stuck it to the bell, and it gave me the probably a good angle. So the best thing about this would be the camera angles and the unique things you can do with it. The other thing I really liked and enjoyed is that it's definitely so small that people don't even question what it is, as opposed to when I'm walking around with my iPhone, I'm holding it in such a bizarre way that people think and possibly know that I'm videotaping. But and the little red light that's blinking on there saying it's recording, it's so small, it's not very bright. And it'd be interesting, sometimes you can control the brightness of the blinking lights because they know that people might not want to know they're being recorded. So Insta360 might actually have 3 levels, but then you don't know if you're recording or not. So there was a couple times I had to redo stuff because, like when I came out of the post office, I put it to the car, hit record, walk back, walk towards the car, open the door, got in, and it wasn't recording. So I have to get used to the types of beeps that this thing has to let me know that it is recording without looking at it. And then when it's stopped recording, I think there's a single beep, but it's very faint. And again, you don't want it to be loud because then people are familiar with cameras and recording sounds, and when they hear a beep 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 from like a GoPro, they know somebody's recording something, so they start looking around. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Again, let me know what you think about this camera. I think you guys will all love the camera angles, but again, I'm not sure about the quality. It might be all pixelated, and you know, when a camera's getting to that dark situation, it gets all chalky and pixelated. But anyway, you guys will let me know. Talk to you, bye.